Welcome to Muse After Hours. I am Cyann Davis. I'm the owner of Muse Extension Lounge in Olympia, Washington.
And I am Julia Ward, owner of Muse Extension Lounge in Arizona.
At Muse Extension Lounge, we specialize in luxury hair extensions, but we created this podcast to share our journey of entrepreneurship with you.
Yes, we feel like we have so much value, not only inside of the industry of hair and hair extensions, but truly for any entrepreneur. We've been through so much and we love sharing what's worked and what hasn't worked, but we also tell all sorts of fun stories, style, life, fun restaurants, and just experiences together because at Muse, we become the best of friends, employees, and our Muse babes.
All right, babes. So with that, let's dive in.
Well, hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. So, tell me what you did yesterday.
So yesterday I did a photo shoot with the Muse Washington team, and we wanted to talk a little bit about that on this episode because me and Julia both do photo shoots. We do them quarterly. We do individual, like for both locations, but then we also do lots of photo shoots together. And so yesterday was one of our quarterly Washington Muse photo shoots, and we shoot with Kara Mercer, who we've mentioned a lot on this podcast because we are doing a photography course with her as well. But we did our photo shoot yesterday, and we were in a studio in Seattle. And it was a really cool studio, really beautiful. And we did some hair accessory shots. I got these really beautiful hair accessories from this brand called Lele. I think that's how you say it. And they just have really beautiful accessories. So I got some like fun little like flower clips. Nice.
Yeah,
and
their
like,
stuff
springy.
is so cute. I feel like it's like statement, but also very like minimal.
It is. I like it. And so you can kind of like go all extra with them. Like you can layer a bunch of them, or you can just use one and keep it super simple. But they're like, the reason I started following them years ago was because I saw their like gold barrette, like bar clips, and they just had like a ponytail that had like 10 all down the ponytail. And I saw that photo. It was probably like on Pinterest or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, I've been following them since then. So I used some hair accessories from them. And just, we've talked about doing that in so many different photo shoots, and I feel like it just kind of like never gets done the way that we want it to. And so we really wanted to show like the different ways that you can wear your MBR and use some beautiful hair accessories with it. So we did that. And then Kara also had this idea to like play with some fun light, and she was like, don't post any behind the scenes of this. Otherwise, then everybody else is going to start doing the same thing too. So,
hey, I actually, funny enough, I sidestep, but we're in this like world of like, everyone's like, don't gatekeep, which I agree to a point. I think that we can all share and collaborate and like offer each other value. But hot dang, I do think it's important to gatekeep certain things. Like if you have come up with something that's so incredibly unique, that's your intellectual property. That is something that you're allowed to keep to yourself. Yeah. And I was actually just talking about this today, actually, on a mentorship call that I had, which we can talk about another day. But I am all for that. Good job, Kara, for being like, what? No, this is my idea.
This is, yes. So I'll just say we used some like fun light reflections and created this really cool like backdrop for some of our photos, which I'm very excited about. Those are going to be really cool. So yeah, it was just a fun shoot. It was a really fun shoot.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I will say, like, so many people ask, like, how did you do what you did? How did you build this clientele? Tell me about this, that, and the other. So much, I think, of our success is around our brand. And that is something that we invest in. Like, you have to invest in your brand and creating a brand that's unique to you and finding the right photographers who know how to convey that. And so we've worked with a few different photographers over the years. Kara being probably our main photographer that we use. Kara Mercer, she is a boss in her field. Like she
She's incredible.
is one of the smartest people I've ever met. And she just happens to be the person who we've collaborated on this photography course that we will get pushed out to you guys, I promise. But the value that she has in that little brain of hers is ridiculous. She is such an artist. But she also, like, I feel like some artists, like, they just do their art and they don't know how to, like, explain what they did. They're just like, I don't know, I just do it and it looks
they just
good.
do it. Yeah, it just comes natural. I don't know.
But Kara actually, like, can educate. She can say, no, like, this is what you should be doing, and these are the settings, and these are different scenarios. And so she is phenomenal. And then we've also used backcountry imagery quite a bit, which is Meg McGee. She is fantastic.
She's so fun to work with.
She's a blast. She is seriously, we've had so much fun with her in the past, and she travels. So if you are wanting her to come to you, she totally will. She actually lives in Kansas, but she will come to wherever you're at, and she is so on top of things. She edits really fast. Like, she's actually, like, probably, like, the fastest person when it comes to communication and editing and, like, delivering out of, like, anybody we work with, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. She gets stuff back within, I feel like, a week.
Yeah, crazy. I think she just doesn't like things, like, sitting on her plate. Like, I think it just, like, stresses her out. So she just, like, gets it off her plate as fast as possible. But that doesn't mean that she's not really good at her job in editing. She does all the things right. She's just quick. And then I use Goth Gloss here in Arizona. She's a genius. She's super artsy. She's a little edgy. And we use her quarterly. So all of these people we kind of have in our corner to be able to convey our brand. And it's honestly been so amazing, and I would say essential, for us to be able to have all of that, like, in our portfolio, to be able to push out on our Instagram feeds and our blogs and, like, you know, all of our content. Not to mention, can we talk about the team building that happens during these photo shoots?
That's what I was going to mention. It's like, we just have so much fun. It's great team bonding. And it also just helps us become like reignite that, like, inspiration and that passion and, like, creativity, because then we have all of this amazing new content that we can talk about and post about. And it's just, it's so fun to, like, reignite that.
It truly is. And I'm telling you what, we have some fun during our photo shoots. Like, it's shenanigans, it's laughing. I mean, there's been some things that have happened that I will not share, but
yeah, that's not for the podcast.
We'll not discuss some of the shenanigans that have happened during photo shoots, but we have one that is coming up here really soon that is actually, I think, we are so excited we can hardly stand it, because we are bringing both teams together, and it is not only a photo shoot, but it's a salon retreat. Yes. And it is with Meg McGee with Backcountry Imagery, and we are going back to the Salt Flats.
I know if you've been following our Instagram for a long time, you'll have seen a few years ago we went to the Salt Flats, and that was actually the first trip that I did with Muse, was when we went to the Salt Flats. It was like a couple weeks after I started. And so it'll be so fun to go back now after a few years have passed. And it's just so beautiful out there. It's probably, like, the most beautiful backdrop we've had for photos ever.
Yeah, because it's just like this white, light, bright backdrop. And it is just, like, sprawling. It is so beautiful. And I'm just so excited to have all 6, maybe 7, depending on Hannah.
Oh, yay.
Of us together, and just the team bonding that will happen in that house in those few days that we're there, plus the photo shoots. It's I don't know. I just think it's an investment. It's like part of our marketing budget, but it's a priority, and we don't use photographers who are cheap. Like, all of these people are incredibly professional, and they are charging their worth, but that there's value in it. So we pay it. And it it's one of those investments that pays off tenfold.
It is, yeah. So if you guys haven't ever invested in doing a professional photo shoot for yourself, then we highly recommend it. It's just overall, it will help elevate your brand, get your brand image started, and you can use that content everywhere on your website, for emails, for all of your social media marketing. So it really is a good investment to make for yourself. And also, it just helps you gain more confidence behind the camera as well.
Oh my gosh, seriously, so much more confidence. Like when I first started this brand years ago, I really didn't like my photo taken. We did some photo shoots at the old salon the salon that I owned prior. But they were few and far between, like maybe every couple years we would do them. And so it was like when it would come time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so awkward. Like, I don't even know how to pose. And it's just like a game of reps. And now it's fun, especially when you're working with a photographer who is really fun to work with. And they're not shy about telling you how to pose, how to move. And like, I would say one of our tricks is we have a little liquid courage most of the time.
Yeah, there's always some sort of champagne or mimosas or something going on.
Yeah, I mean, there have been times where there's been tequila. There was one time where there was, what do they call that? Fireball?
Oh, yeah.
I think that was before you, Cyann.
I was not there for the fireball. I was there for the tequila. I think that was Salt Flats, actually.
The tequila was Salt Flats. Meg tends to be a bit of an alcohol pusher, which is fine.
Gets people a little loose and a little fun.
We have fun, and that may or may not have been when some shenanigans happened. But but the fireball, oh my gosh. This gal we had working for us at the time, young girl, and we all had something to drink, and then we left and we were going on site to other places, and someone was like, gosh, I wish we had like more alcohol. And she's like, I have a bucket of Fireball in my trunk.
A whole bucket.
Had like a bucket of those like individual shots of Fireball in her trunk of her Mazda. It was hilarious.
That's so funny.
But these are the stories and the fun, and it's all like, I don't know, we cannot convey, like, get some photo shoots done, have a good time with it, invest, it will pay off tenfold. And yeah, as always, you guys, if you are interested in being a guest at Muse, make sure you tap the link in our bio on Instagram or go to our website, www.museextensionlounge.com. Make sure you follow at Muse Extension Lounge, at juliaward.muse, and
at cyann.muse. And we will see you next Monday for another episode.
Yes, and comment below if you like this podcast and if there's anything you want us to talk about.
All right. See you next week.
Bye.